Peace. It's your brother Shaka Shakur. And I just want to put a few words out there, some thoughts out there to people. You know, a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks that is really crucial to the overall situation of black people, man. You know, first of all, we lost our great warrior scholar, Dr. Ben, Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, as we call Dr. Ben. And a lot of us are not understanding just how significant that is. Let me explain. Not just because of the one individual, but because it's a changing in the guard, so to speak, going on. And are we in a position to pick up that mantle as a people? You know, Dr. Ben was laid to rest at Ferncliff Cemetery, and that's in Hartsdale, New York. But in that same cemetery is Brother Paul Robeson, Brother Malcolm and his queen, Sister Betty, Shabazz, and Malcolm X. You have Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, the young Malcolm Latif Shabazz, grandson of Malcolm and Sister Betty. Now we have Brother Dr. Ben, Imam Sabri. There's so many, man. They're all in that area. And as I was standing there thinking about it, I said, wow, you know, as we fool around and quarrel over religion, over position, you know, just foolishness, we're being, like, things are changing. We're not even grabbing onto it. So I'm here to say, man, we need to look back. You know, look back at that great speech by Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Enough Negro stuff. You know, let's look back at Malcolm's, you know, message to us about unity. Garvey's message to us about unity. Most Honorable Elijah, Noble Drew Ali, you know, so many. You know, Sister Harriet Tubman's message to us about getting free. Ida B. Wells' message about getting free. Even as I was at the service, repast, instead of celebrating this great and mighty warrior, this legend, this scholar, some of us were still complaining about, oh, this ain't done right, these are Negroes and this and that. Look, if you're that miserable, then go somewhere and die. We don't have time for it. Seriously, we don't have time for it. We got to get better, family. You know, Mumia Abu Jamal is on the tongues of everybody, and that's good. Because of, you know, their health situation. They're trying to kill the brother, literally, you know, through the insufficient health care that they're giving him. But when I look at that situation, I don't just stop at Mumia. I think to myself, damn, Mumia is a highlighted case of what we as black people go through every day. Look at these rundown clinics that we have. Look at these rundown hospitals where you can go in there, you know, sick, and you have to wait 4, 5, 6 hours before you even see them. People going with colds and come out dead. You go in with a cold and come out cold. So when we look at Mumia's case, we can say this is like a highlighted situation of the overall situation. But just on the issue of political prisoners, now I'm not taking nothing from Mumia Abu Jamal. And to some people, this is your end, this is where you first came in, that's cool. But ask yourself this question. Mumia is in a serious situation because of his health behind the wall. But what about all the others? What about Brother Phil Africa, who just was murdered behind that wall? What about Sister Merle Africa, who was murdered behind that wall? What about, you know, Brother Noah Washington? You know, Brother Bashir Hamid? They all lost their lives behind that wall. What about the living who are in anguish, like Dr. Matutu Shakur right now? What about Leonard Peltier right now? You know, all of these people have health issues, man. And we gotta pay attention to all of that. We can't get caught up on one person. We gotta take one person and use them as a pinnacle, as a point to express the whole situation. You know, I was watching the video earlier today, and in the video it was a black man whose son had been murdered by a white man. And in the courtroom, the black man he let it out. He's like, yo, you killed my son, you gonna play crazy? How you gonna play crazy? My son was trying to get away. And as he's expressing himself in the court, his family members are telling him, oh, stop it. No, be quiet. No, don't do that. No, come on, bring it down, bring it down. Of course, you know, the court officers, they do their thing. But the court officers were like telling him, come on, sir, come on, sir. But they wasn't really trying to pull him out. They were like letting him get it off. But our people, his people, Because of our training, we're like, no, keep it in, suppress it. No, do not suppress it. Let it out. It is time for us to let it out as a people. Stop suppressing your pain. Because you know what happens? When we suppress our pain, when we suppress our experience under white supremacy, it begins to implode. And we take it out on one another. You want to stop, quote unquote, black on black crime? Because personally, I don't believe in black on black crime. My phrase is black on black with a white mind crime. Because if your mind was truly in a state of blackness or the consciousness of blackness, you would not shoot your brother down. You would not harm your sister. You would not harm the child. You would not harm the community. So if we want to stop black on black with a white mind crime, then stop holding it in. Start having discussions about white supremacy. Stop being scared to use that word or talk about it. Stop saying, let's just get over. We can't get over it because it's not a subject to be gotten over. You cannot get over a constant thing. In order to get over it means it ended and I'm just dwelling on it. It did not end. It's still going on. Wake up. You know, this takes us back to what Dr. Khalid used to tell us about the barrel. You know, you got that phrase called, you know that phrase, you're a barrel of laughs. Well, that phrase comes because black man, black woman, at one time in the American, society, we as Africans were forced, if we felt the need to, I might be talking to my partner and I go to laugh and the white man is coming. So that not to get accused of laughing at him, I would open the barrel up and stick my head in it and laugh, ha, 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 and then I'd come up, straight faced. So that's where the term barrel of laughs comes from. See, if you don't know your history, you won't know why you behave the way you do. As we were at the service for Dr. Ben, our brother Imam Talib Abdul Rashid, who's my personal Imam and spiritual guide, he said something very, 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 very important. He said that history is key. And that's why Dr. Ben was so important. He said if you go to the doctor, every question is based on history in order to give a proper diagnosis and a proper remedy to the problem. Well, the same thing is with us as a people. If we are scared or we have been taught to not talk about history, we will never get to the diagnosis that we need. It is a clever trap. When the white man created the Negro or the nigger, he knew that, there's a chance that you might just wake up one day. So to keep his product safe, he put in safety mechanisms, firewalls like in your computer and your brain. So when you start analyzing your problem, these firewalls or these safety mechanisms kick in. And you'll say things like, oh, that was the past. Oh, I'm not racist. Oh, I love everybody. Oh, we can't talk about that. It's not about color. Does it really matter? Like, all of these things are like mechanisms put into you to stop you from moving. And to these organizations, what's the purpose of having an organization if we're not organizing the entire community? Let's get past that, the big head Ahmed bullshit. I want to be seen, so, I don't like what you're doing. So instead of sticking with you and bringing up the contradiction and working out to preserve what we have, I'm going to go start my own. And my bullshit excuse will be, I just wanted to do my own thing, or we couldn't get along, so for the greater of the people, I'm going to work over here. It ain't got a goddamn thing to do with the people. That's all about you. Propaganda is key, but don't let the propaganda soup you up. We're more impressed at this point with being entertained than informed. I was telling someone just last night, we can't even sit through a 2-hour movie anymore without fidgeting and getting up. So now Shaka is forced to make videos that are under 15 minutes because anything past 15 minutes is not going to hold your attention. So people are telling me, oh, that was deep, brother, but you got to shorten it up. Well, it's 10 minutes. How much shorter can I get? I remember a time not too long ago when we would sit down through a 2-hour movie because you couldn't DVR the movie. You couldn't get it, from Netflix, so that you had to sit down and watch the whole movie. We don't have that kind of patience. We want it right now. No, the only thing we can get right now is in line. Everybody's talking about this brother in South Carolina, Brother Scott, who was assassinated like a runaway slave on TV. I'm walking past a barbershop here in New York, and I hear people like trying to justify it. Well, he should have put his hands behind his back. He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have did that. Wait a minute. This dirty cop not only assassinated his brother, but he has a history of violence, and he is caught on camera dropping the stun gun right next to the man. I mean, what more do you need, family? Are you that in love with your master that you will create a defense? Come on, man. Let the dude that get the bar, that passed the bar and got the job called lawyer, let him try to do that. Why are you defending your oppressor? And I'll tell you why you're defending your oppressor. You're defending your oppressor because of that chip that's in your mind. We have some powerful people on the scene, young people in our generation. You know, we have the irritated genies, the brother Polite, the brother Dr. Umar Johnson, you know, Sonetta in the House of Consciousness, you know, and many who I don't even know, who have the ability to say things or put things in process that can guide our people in the right directions. But my question is, are we using it? All I keep seeing is, you know, beefing going on. I go through videos and I see like people threatening to shoot other people over videos. How we got to the point that we are threatening each other over video? I mean, you got dudes in videos about, I'll shoot this one, we get our gun on. Family, come on, yo. We don't got no time for that. There's no time for that. Our babies are at risk. Our nation is at risk. I don't know about any of you dudes, but I want some victory, man. I want some liberation. You know? I don't have time to argue about how you conceive it or how you say we're gonna get there. Just do it. Bring what you bring to the table and we'll figure out as we move. But we gotta move. You know, people are like up in, I guess, glee because this cop got murder charge. What level of murder? Is it first degree murder, second degree, manslaughter? I mean, what? And he's not convicted of anything. It's still got to go beyond that point. And to say he is convicted, does that change 400 years? Because one or two of them get arrested and convicted and sent to jail? No, it doesn't. Yesterday marked, I think they said, the 150th anniversary of the ending of the Revolutionary War. So in New York, they shot off some cannons and stuff to celebrate the ending of the Revolutionary War, which is the war between America and her former oppressor. Before I go any further, yeah, y'all, I know about the blue bloods, I know about all that, but we're not going there. Let's keep it simple. As my mother used to say, keep it simple, stupid. When I say that, I'm saying America is celebrating her liberation through revolution, through armed struggle. Her revolution, her liberation induced by revolution, revolt, refusal to accept 150 years ago. When can we say that? You see, everybody else remembers their history, exonerates their history, except us. Because some of you don't want to talk about revolution or real organizing because it doesn't benefit your pocket. Some of you just want to sell DVDs. Some of you just want to be seen. Some of you are happy with a book or two or a couple of speaking engagements, you know, your name in lights. I'm keeping it real. I ain't got no time to play, man. Yes, when you're out there, and I'm not an activist. Stop using that word activist. If anything, I want to activate. I'm a revolutionary. Part of being a revolutionary is speaking. You might have books because we got to pass it on, videos and things. That's part of your job. But you ain't no damn superstar. Cut it out. Y'all can't get together because what? You both oppressed. Why you can't get together? Why do we have to backstab each other? Why do we have to plot and plan and scheme behind each other's back? For what? When liberation is guaranteed to all the oppressed if we organize for it. Stop running up on me in the street talking about, yeah, I'm on that militant thing. I'm on that militant thing. If you militant, you really about militancy, all right, then what you do is organize your neighborhood and declare it a liberated zone, free from the harms and the ills and the downside of this decadent society that we live in today. That's what you do if you're revolutionary. Don't tell me you militant. You know, I'm not the one to tell that to. Tell that to your enemy. Show that to the enemy. You know, you run up at me talking about you militant, but the only post you holding is in front of the liquor store. You know, the only door you guarding is the door to the liquor store. You know, you standing in front of the bodega employing and giving money to other countries so they can be liberated off of your oppression. Don't let this moment in time pass us. And this is not a ploy to get you to get down with the black soldiers, because a lot of you can't even understand that concept. I'm coming to you saying, let's create our own army, not a organization. Get your mind out of your own self. Stop using the selfie stick all the time. An army that is designed to protect a nation, consisting of all those who dwell within that nation. The same way your enemy does. Hundreds of years ago, China was divided into, I think, 7 provinces. Then came a man, an emperor, named Qin. And Qin saw the possibility to unite those 7 provinces under one kingdom. He called that kingdom China after himself. It was called China. And it's still here today. So don't tell me that we can't do it. Tell me you don't want to do it. Tell me you're too scared to do it. Tell me you just like where you at. But don't tell me we can't do it. I said, and continue to say, black power. Because that's what we need. We need black power. And I'm going to say it in every video I make. Black is a consciousness. It connects us to the cosmos. It is induced by our melanin. It is a cosmic connection to the past, present, and future of our people. Power is the ability, 1, to define phenomena, meaning events, define them, and have them move in a desired direction. But to simplify it for you, it's simply the ability to define, develop, and defend what is in our best interests. As a nation, not an organization. It's good to be an organ, but it's better to be a body. Stop going at each other so hard, but you ain't got nothing to say to the enemy. You will get on the video. If I call enough people out and do the thing that y'all do, you'll get on the video, threaten to kill me and all that. But some peckerwood could walk in your neighborhood and blow a next black man or woman away, or you got pictures of pregnant black women being beat in the middle of the street, and you niggas too, oh, man. And I use the word niggas because that's how I feel right now. You too worried, and niggas are the most broken down level of an African. It's nothing nice. So when I say it, I am being disrespectful. It is not a term of endearment. Trust me. Niggas are too busy arguing about who's going to be seen in the next photo op. Too busy arguing about whose philosophy ain't right. But damn it, this devil, as Khalid would say, the devil, not a devil, the devil, is on TV every single day, on the computer, every single day, brutalizing our women. That's what hurts me the most, man. I can't do it all by myself. My team can't do it all by ourselves. Pregnant women being beaten, tasered. What kind of nation are we? We're the warriors. Somebody told me, oh, Shaka, you just too militant. What the hell is that in a situation like this? Yeah, I am extreme. As George Jackson said, I am very extreme because I live in extreme situations. Anytime I can go outside and not come back, that's extreme. So I got to live like that. They brutalize our children. They kill, brutalize, and maim our elders. And we don't do anything, man. I'm tired of being around you fakes who will smile in my face when I leave. He too militant. He on that black stuff. We ain't on that black stuff, man. We ain't. Shut up. I say, if you're not for your people, you should be rounded up and dealt with. We don't have time for that anymore. And stop saying I'm not racist every time you say something. Oh, I mean, that's messed up what that cop did, because I mean, I'm not racist. I'm just saying, those always white people. Stop saying you ain't racist. We know you're not racist. Racism is the ability to prevent a group of people based on their ethnicity from advancing in this society. You do not have that power. Stop it. Stop saying, girl, boy, let me tell you something, man. I was out there and these did such and such. What's wrong with you? Say white people, European. Because when they're at home, they don't go, yeah, daddy, I was on the basketball court with these. They say black people, Africans, whatever they're going to say. Stop it. Let it go. You're being brutalized around the world. My heart goes out to the Gaza struggle, to the Palestinian struggle. I'm in full solidarity. However, I cannot dedicate more time to someone else's struggle than I do to my own. And a real revolutionary wouldn't ask me to do that. So stop focusing your attention other places. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm territorial like man, look. Gentrification is not the problem. The lack of unification and activation is the problem. A minority of people cannot move into a majority area dominated by another people and gain such access unless you let them. Well, you say, well, we don't have the money to stop them. No, let them open the store. But we're going to have a talk with the store owner about how your store is going to run while you're here. Get your money. We ain't mad at you, but the community better get some money out of this too. Or some jobs or whatever, training, donation, you name it. That's what we have to go back to. And it can be done. I put down, is there a need for black power? Boy, the answers I got were incredible. But yes, there is a need for black power because we don't have any power. Somebody told me the other day, black people don't have an economy. Black people don't have this. We can't, man, we hurting because shut up and start it then. If we don't have an economy as a nation, get your clique together and start an inside economy. Not by selling drugs or illicit activities. I'm talking about by saving your money and creating a credit union. Open a Susu. Somebody told me there's a Susu bank. I don't know how true it is, but that'd be dope if it is. If the Albanians can come here and I seen their credit union bank. The Irish have a credit union bank. The Jewish have credit, oh my God, credit union banks. Chinese have credit union banks. There's even a Banco Popular. Where's the Banco Africa? Where's the new African bank? We're going to get there though, but we won't get that bank until we start a bank. I always tell people the Cuban Revolution didn't start in Cuba. It started in Mexico and ended in Cuba. We have to become right now the government that we want to see. So think of yourself as a citizen of the new republic, our own land. I'm not a member of the New African Republic, a Republic of New Africa, excuse me, on paper. But in heart, I believe in it wholly. I believe that. I'm a new African, no doubt about it. I'm not the African from there. We're connected, but different realities. So as a new African, I have to think new, move new, see new, and be willing to organize and struggle to preserve new. So as I leave you, man, I just want y'all to think about this. And we're going to have more. I just want to run some programs because I know there's somebody saying, well, that's a lot of talking. What you doing? And you're right. Let me tell you what I'm doing, what we are doing, because it's not an I show, what we are doing. The People Survival Program, for those who do not know, is a program started by myself, members of the original and New Black Panther Party, and then eventually members of the Zulu Nation got involved, the 5% Nation, on and on and on. Fraternal Order, Spades, you name it. And big ups to all those crews. But it started as an organization created solely with the intent of teaching black people to do for self while providing our daily needs. Things we talk about like health, education, economics, all of that. So that's one project, the People Survival Program. We were feeding close to 500 people every month on 125th in Lexington in New York, every second Friday. Things happen, we're not there no more, but we're still on the ground doing that. That's one side of the world. Another program we have is the Jiname, which is a West African symbol meaning the acceptance of of God and the oneness of God. The Jiname University. This university started at City College in a room called the Sada Shakur Center. At first, it was an Afrocentric school for young people, babies, but then it became an Afrocentric school for new African people, period, because we all need to relearn who we are. And we need to learn some common things you need now. So within this program, we offer computer skills, basic education, tutoring, as well as comprehensive political and cultural awareness education. We used to be in the Asada Shakur Guillermo Morales Center until it was taken back hostilely by the authorities and the police, and I call them police, but the campus guards and the administration of City College. But it's all good because starting in May, late May, early June, we will be relocating to the Dr. John Henry Clark House on 100 between 141st and 142nd on Convent Avenue. So in here, we will have guest teachers, information, education, and we will also be using techniques like Uvu and FaceTime so that people all over can get this knowledge as it's happening, Ustreaming and all that. Every Thursday night, if you're in the New York area, I am a co-host on the show Where We Live, created by Sister Dayquee, Sister Keone Sadiki, Odinga. She got a long name now. Sister Dayquee Keone Sadiki Odinga. And our sister Sally Mae. They created the show and they allowed me to be on the show. And now myself and original Panther brother BJ, we are also hosts of the show. This is every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. on 99.5 FM WBAI. If you're online, it's WBAI.org. Along with that, we still have our show African Talk, which is a comprehensive, up-to-date show in the tradition of Like It Is, bringing you that information and that education. This is on YouTube. You can get my new channel is just simply Shaka Shakur. You go on there, this is where it'll be. The older channels are MKASSA1, MKASA1, and 1 MKASA. I keep having to change channels because they keep trying to shut them down. So this is all the things we're doing with the propaganda, the education, etc. All right? So it's not like we're not doing it. We don't want people to think we're just talking to be talking. We are actually doing these things, and we're trying to get more people to do it. So those out there who are doing it, big ups. I know who you are. I have so many names. I can't name them all. Keep doing what you're doing, apparently. Take advantage of this technology. Use your cameras. Create. Gather information. Put it out there for people to know. But most of all, don't give up the struggle. We have to organize. It's our time. It's okay to be black. It's okay. I'm proud of my blackness. I'm not even going to justify. I usually say I'm proud of my blackness, but I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. If you are not black, particularly if you're white and you're still breathing, then that answers my question right there. Because as much has been done to us, the fact that you guys are still breathing and running around in Harlem and Brooklyn with your little dog at 2 a.m, that speaks trillions of tons to the humanness of the African, despite what you've done to us. I am not going to turn down the fire. I'm not going to say things to make you feel good. I'm going to tell the truth, man. The truth is, there's a struggle out here against an enemy. That enemy is the ideology of white supremacy, and white supremacy is the motivating mechanical force behind the ultimate idea, which is white nationalism. That's where it all comes from, white domination and nationalism, or European domination nationalism, because white is a political classification given to elite Europeans over the rest of the world, including their own. Black is a political explanation of the consciousness, the collective consciousness of African people at home and in the diaspora. So when we know all these things, we got to move on it like that. All right. So education is key. Big up. Let's not let Dr. Ben's work be in vain. Let's do what we got to do to show him that we loved him, and we love him so much that we're going to continue this work and complete it in their names. So until the next time, family, uhuru, all power to the people, free the land. To the black soldiers, stay up. Peace.